An emergency court hearing is finally on the calendar to discuss rising water levels at Piney Point.
The state claims the rest of the rainy season will be too much for the stack that burst, prompting 250 million gallons of wastewater to be pumped into the bay. 8 on your side, senior investigator Walt Buteau joins us now in studio.
According to the DEP, less than a foot of rain would pour 60 million gallons into that damaged stack. The level would still be below the total when it breached, but still about 8 million gallons more than it should be right now, causing concerns for anyone in Piney Point's path. This Eagle 8 video was shot this morning to give you an idea of the current water level at Piney Point. According to the DEP, there's only enough room in the damaged southern stack for another 10.5 inches of rain. We're told more than that will put too much pressure on the patch installed after this breach nearly 5 months ago.
We're really at a very critical stage.
Environmental watchdog Glenn Compton from Manasota 88 concerned the next disaster here would start with a collapse of the southern stack.
And that could lead to a domino effect where we have 3 stacks collapsing, which would really annihilate, and that's not too strong a term, it would annihilate all plant and animal life in its path.
Businesses, homeowners, environmentalists all worried about relieving the pressure on the stacks by sending more Piney Point water into the red tide ravaged estuary.
To see red tide persist in Tampa Bay, to rage on like this and kill this amount of wildlife is disgusting. It's tragic. It was preventable. Underscoring all of this, a web of Piney Point lawsuits. Among them, the LLC that holds the estimated $20 million lien on the property, Fortress 2020, is suing owner HRK and DEP, trying to foreclose. The Center for Biological Diversity is suing DEP and others for releasing Piney Point wastewater into the bay. DEP is suing HRK, seeking millions in civil penalties and new management of the stacks. Now a judge is scheduled to hear arguments from the state and the lien holder about appointing a receiver to take over day-to-day operations of Piney Point, including controlling the rising water levels.
And FDEP certainly should not take management of the site because they've done that before and they mismanaged it.
That hearing is scheduled for next Thursday in Manatee County. And as we expect during this time of year, rain is in the forecast almost every day between now and then.
So what's being done to keep this water level at an acceptable level, at least for what the DEP says is acceptable?
Right, somewhat acceptable. They're using trucks.
Right.
At last count, they've used trucks to haul out water from the stack. And by late this afternoon, 43 tankers had taken away 236,000 gallons. But doing the math, that represents less than 0.1% of the 264 million gallons in the stack. And you wonder if that's even enough to keep up with the rain.
Right, they're taking it out. Where are they taking it?
Taking it to a plant to clean the water, like a water treatment
facility,
yeah,
but they're hauling that out.
They're hauling it that
somewhere.
way, and they're not getting very far in a matter of 2 days at least.
All right, thank you, Walt. And if you have something you'd like Walt to investigate, you can call the 8 on your side helpline at 1-800-338-0808.